All the time was love to challenge my mind. When I was a child, I was looking this kind of games and puzzles because it's all the time very interesting if you are able to do something, able to answer a question.
This is the iconic Rubik's Cube. A 22-year-old in Australia can solve it in a record 4.22 seconds. Others might spend hours, days, weeks, or even months trying to get all the colors to match up. So who do you have to blame for all of that frustration?
My name is Ernő Rubik. I made it.
Rubik was teaching architecture and design when he came up with the idea.
It was 1974 in Hungary, behind the Iron Curtain.
And he created the cube as a way to illustrate spatial relationships in 3D to his students.
Wake up their creativity, reminding their childhood. Complex things, if we don't understand them, it seems complicated. If you understand them and we know how to handle it, it became simple.
And how it works is fairly basic, at least according to Rubik.
In my view, it's very simple. There are axes. To turn the axes, the pieces. It contains 27 different pieces. What you can see is only 26 because there is one in the middle.
There are actually 43 quintillion possible combinations. It took Rubik more than a month to solve his own cube.
For me, it was important to prove it's possible. I can't say the optimal one, but I was able to manage it, and I was able to show it to people.
Rubik didn't consider the cube a toy at first.
I'm calling the cube as a piece of art. Same time, it's an intellectual task as well.
It also wasn't originally called the Rubik's Cube.
I didn't give that name Rubik's Cube, and I call it Magic Cube because it's magic.
He was eventually able to trademark his name because it was so unique.
There's never been a puzzle quite like Rubik's Cube.
But early on, it wasn't easy to get people to think of the cube as a toy that people would want to buy.
First, for us, it was very difficult to find partners at all because they said looks like a toy. It's not a traditional one. And as a puzzle, it's very difficult. So why people buy something what they are not able to achieve?
Warning, once you get your hands on Rubik's Cube, you may never be able to put it down.
The market has two-sided. Partly they are keen for something new and they are afraid about news.
The cube was shown at various international toy fairs. Eventually, it was picked up by Ideal Toy Company and toy marketer Tom Kremer. More than 450 million have been sold since its official launch in 1980. Rubik says he was a bit surprised by its success.
The level of it.
It's been featured in numerous films and TV shows.
Ooh, a Rubik's Cube. Let's all work it together.
Piece of cake.
And there are competitions all over the world where people try to solve the cube in seconds.
And that's what speedcubers are doing nowadays. So they are practicing hours and hours and days and days and years.
Felix Zemdegs of Australia set the most recent world record of 4.22 seconds at a competition in May 2018. Later that year, Red Bull held a Rubik's Cube World Championship with a prize of $30,000 and diamond rings for the winners. You can find guides all over the internet if you want to see how it's done or try it for yourself. But the cube is not just fun and games. It's also being used in classrooms. And it's still popular despite the rise of video games and smartphones, pulling in $250 million in sales in 2017.
The cube is approximately around the same age as the internet. And in that time, we had no personal computers yet, we have no smartphones yet, and many other things. So new generation now probably can't believe it was possible to exist without these equipment. But it was, I can say.
Sir Isaac Newton unraveled the mysteries of gravity. But could he have unraveled the mysteries of Rubik's Cube? 3 weeks ago, Judge Smith retired to her chambers with Exhibit A, Rubik's Cube. She hasn't been seen since.
But when you are growing up, you discover It's probably much more interesting to find questions than to find the answer for the questions, because much more difficult to find new questions than to find answers. I don't think so. I liked math all the time. So in the school, I had no problem with math, but I'm not a mathematician. I like many other things as well. You need some kind of logical way of thinking, and logic, I can say, it's part of math. When I made the cube, in that time there was no computers all around us. The internet was born about the same time. You need some kind of abstract way of thinking. The cube is a good example. What does it mean, algorithm? In that way, the cube is somewhere between the analog and the digital world. And probably that's one of the secrets of the success of the cube. You can make a digital version of the cube, but the digital version of the cube never been better than the real one. The specialty of the cube is it's a special structure. The elements have three types: the corners, the edges, and the middle. They behave different way when you are turning it. The middle remains in place. The edges are the biggest number because 12, and the corners only 8. Each of these elements has a different nature. Middles all the time remains in the centers. The edges can have two positions.
Firstly, Erno, I have to ask, how many times do you think someone's thrown a Rubik's Cube against the wall?
I'm not counting. If you are frustrated, if you are not able to do something, it's a very bad thing. You know, problem-solving process, it's an interesting one. It's a process that means it's not happened at once. After it's done, it seems it was happened easily, but it's not the natural way. In the natural way, we have difficulties. The natural way, we need to try to simplify it. If you have a problem, usually the problem contains elements of problems. If you are taking apart these elements and try to concentrate only one, and after that the next one and the next one, if I'm doing this, what will be the result of it, and so on and so forth. And that's life. And to be able to live, you need that kind of connections and understanding about your surrounding. To be able to make progress, you need to be creative. That means you realize the possibilities. It's not enough just dream about the possibilities, but you need to do something for it. Usually we give up too early before find the solution and let other people do it. Most of the people are very creative in their young age, and that's the best quality of the young generation. And unfortunately, many of them lose some of it, these capabilities. And I think our task is, as teachers, for example, or parents, to keep that potential more alive and let them creative. In my view, the main task of the school is not to teach you about facts and data, but to teach you how to find the data, how to learn. The process of learning, that's the most important thing, and to using that capability and experience, you can beat all of your problems in your life. The important lesson is it's only depend on you, what you are able to do. My name is Ernő Rubik. I made the cube. Probably you heard about it.
Tell us a little bit about your engineering and architecture training and background.
I studied architecture at the Technical University in Budapest, and when I finished my school, at once I started to teach. There was a special course that I was lecturing, what we called form studies. Form studies meant to create different forms and shapes without a special function. The cube was a very basic form, capable to change its places and positions in space. I recognized the possibilities of the movements, and in the same time I recognized how difficult to go back. And when I finished my work and I found solution for that, just in that time I realized it as a puzzle.
Do you remember the first time you solved the Rubik's Cube, and how long did it take you?
The knowledge that you can find now on the internet in connection how to do it, how to solve the cube, tremendous. So nowadays it's much more easy to work it out because you can help. For me there was no help, so I was alone. I spent several months to do it, and finally I succeeded. So that was a great enthusiasm for me.
The world record for solving a Rubik Cube is about 7 seconds. What is your best time?
I remember I was visiting many toy fairs and demonstrating the possibility of the cube to the trade. And in that time, my average time was about 1 minute, what is very poor according to the times which are now on the competitions, which is nowadays it's close to 10 seconds.
Why do you think the cube is so popular?
It's a challenge, a very difficult one. That made the difficulties when we tried to introduce it on the market, because the common sense for the trade was it is too difficult to the public. Nobody can do it, and it's too hard. It's not childish enough. It's not something what is similar what is on the market, and they were very pessimistic about it. For me, the greatest result is the cube proved that the public is different what the trade imagine. The public is much better than what they are expecting. At the very beginning, it was without any advertising, and the cube became popular in Hungary and later on worldwide.
How does the new Rubik's 360 compare to original Rubik's Cube?
This new item, what is the latest one in the Rubik brand, looks like this. And according to the cube, you can see the big differences. The main structure of this is there are spheres built in each other. There is 3 of them. One is the outside, and built in 2 more. And they can rotate. At the very beginning, the challenge is all of the small colored ball is in the middle, and your task is to escape them from the center and take it off and place it into their place, which are colored with these colored rings.
How did you come up with this new design in this puzzle?
All the time there is a need to have something else, something new, and we are searching possibilities which are really different. It's not a variation of the cube, what is very important. It was very important in our goal. It's really different. On one place, and the corners can have 3. When you make a move a group of elements are moving, and in this group there are different kind of elements. But what is interesting with the cube, and that's the way to the solution, that the result of a series of movements can be special. For example, turn only 2 corners, or change 2 or 3 edges, and so on and so forth. At first, I think it would be nice to try to do it alone, but I know it's very time-consuming, and after a while, look after somehow. There are several different methods which are available and popular. You can learn different kind of algorithms which are related with different kind of patterns and with different kind of level of solving. In my belief, everybody can do it. Naturally, not everybody has the same capacity, the speed of learning and the final result. So, because we are different in many ways, and not all of us are capable to reach the same level. You need some kind of talent to achieve a record. And so that's why we call it record. You need to know lots of algorithms with special result. The other thing is you need to get a practice on recognizing the situation on the cube and make a decision what kind of algorithm is the most effective on that position. And in that way to build up as a series of movements the final result. If you make a wrong turn, that means you lost. You need a very strong concentration when you are doing it. You need to spend hours of training and practicing. What else? Problem solving, it's a very basic activity of human mind, and if a problem is complex, you need to divide the problem for smaller elements, smaller pieces, and it started in Hungary very slowly. We were behind the Iron Curtain, and it takes about 3 years to cross the border. And after that, in 2-3 years, it became a real worldwide craze. For me, the cube represents what freedom means. Freedom means it's never endless, so there does not exist endless freedom. All the time there are limitations of freedom, but the important thing is to find the real potentials of the freedom, and which is let you do what is necessary to achieve your goal. So that, and everything is there, so it's depend only you. Probably one of the main key of the cube is the contradiction between complexity and simplicity. If we find a challenge and find something difficult and find a solution, is much more enjoyable than to find something that is trivial. Millions of people are sharing this feeling, and that's a good thing. All the time I am wondering about the global impact of the cube. The world record is less than 5 seconds. It looks very simple, but at the same time it can be very complicated. My task was to lecturing design with students, and for them it's a very important thing to understand structuring, forms and space. And I was looking for interesting examples because I believe it's more and more important to learn in activities, not just to memorize things. So the cube is one solid, but it contains several pieces. One is the middle pieces, which are on 90 degrees axes. There are 12 edges and 8 corners, because there are 8 corners of the cube. Because of the coding and the freedom of the movement, it's practically infinite number of possibilities, but it's not infinite because you can count.